Prepare all materials. For this installation, you will need the following tools and materials: copper wire or strip, pipe or rod, clamp, install the rod outdoor in the ground near the electrical panel. The location must allow the rod to be hammered 8 feet or 2.4 meters into the ground. Choose an area that is accessible and spacious enough for driving the rod into the ground. Keep a distance of at least 2 feet or 0.61 meters from the side of the building to keep the ground rod from interfering with the building foundation. Plan the path of the grounding electrode conductor. This will be used to connect the ground rod to the electrical panel. Pick a location that would allow a convenient connection between the ground rod and the electrical panel. Avoid rocky or heavily compacted locations since the rods will be driven 8 feet or 2.4 meters into the ground. Detect wires or pipes that are in the path of the ground rod to ensure no damage will happen during installation. Make sure that the grounding rods follow the approved specific conductive materials as well as the length and width. Rods must be verified by a certification group, which gives assurance that the grounding rod is correct in size and material. Ground rods are usually made of copper since it is durable and a strong conductor. Ground rods must also have an indication of approval through a marking near the top to allow electrical inspectors to immediately know that the proper rod has been used. Use a ladder or a steps tool to get enough height to hammer the top of the ground rod 2 to 4 feet to the ground. Gradually, drive the rod vertically all the way into the ground using a hammer, drill, or any driving tool. Ensure that it has 8 feet or 2.4 meters of contact with the ground as stated in the electrical code. Once driven into the ground, connect the grounding rod to the electrical system of the building. Pull the grounding electrode conductor up to the top of the grounding rod. The grounding electrode conductor must be long enough to make a permanent connection with the grounding rod. If the grounding electrode conductor has a sheath, cut off its last 1/2 inch or 1.3 centimeters to expose the wire. Connect the grounding electrode conductors to the grounding rods using specific clamps. Put the end of the conductor and the end of the rod inside the clamp. Secure the connection by pressing them together using the screw on the clamp. Connect the grounding electrode conductor to the ground bus or main bonding jumper. Slide the end of the grounding electrode conductor through one of the holes in the ground bus and tighten the screw until the wire is held very tightly. The ground bus is where all the ground and neutral wires are attached to the electrical panel. In some cases, ground wires are connected to the ground bus and neutral wires are connected to the neutral bus. These two bars are connected to the main bonding jumper. In such cases, attach the grounding electrode conductor wherever it fits on either bus. Exercise proper care in doing any work in an electrical panel. Fingers, tools, and grounding electrode conductors must not touch the energized bars in the panel located behind the circuit breakers. After installing the ground rods, measure the ground resistance using an earth or ground tester. Doing this determines the effectiveness of the grounding installation.